The Emperor's New Clothes. Once upon a time, in a bustling kingdom, there lived an emperor who loved clothes more than anything else in the world. He didn't care much about ruling, going to meetings, or listening to his people. Instead, he spent all his money and time on beautiful, fancy outfits. He had a different set of clothes for every hour of the day, and he loved to show them off. One day, two strangers came to the city. They claimed to be master tailors who could make the most extraordinary clothes in the world. "Our clothes are magical," they told the emperor's servants. "They are invisible to anyone who is foolish or unfit for their job." When the emperor heard this, he thought, "If I have these clothes, I will not only look amazing, but I'll also be able to tell who in my court is wise and who is foolish." So, he paid the tailors a huge sum of gold and ordered them to make this magical outfit. The two men set up looms and pretended to weave, but in truth, there was nothing on the looms at all. They worked day and night, asking for the finest silk and purest gold thread, which they secretly hid in their bags. Curious about the progress, the emperor sent one of his honest ministers to check. The minister entered the workshop and opened his eyes wide but saw nothing. Still, he thought, if I can't see the cloth, does that mean I'm foolish or unfit for my job? I mustn't admit it. So he smiled and said, "It's beautiful, Your Majesty, so delicate and fine." The same thing happened when the emperor sent another official. Neither saw anything, but both praised the cloth so they wouldn't look foolish. Finally, the tailors told the emperor, "Your clothes are ready." They pretended to dress him, lifting his arms, fastening invisible buttons, and smoothing down imaginary fabric. The emperor stood in front of the mirror, feeling a little uneasy. He couldn't see a thing, but he thought, if I admit I can't see the clothes, people will think I'm unfit to be emperor. So he smiled and said, "They fit perfectly." The emperor decided to show off his new clothes in a grand parade. The trumpets sounded, and he walked proudly through the streets. The townspeople, remembering the magic of the clothes, pretended to see them. "Oh, how fine he looks! What beautiful fabric!" No one dared to admit the truth, until a small child pointed and shouted, "But he isn't wearing anything at all." The crowd went silent, then began to murmur. Soon, everyone was laughing and agreeing with the child. The emperor blushed bright red. He knew the child was right, but instead of stopping, he lifted his head high and kept walking, his pride refusing to let him admit the truth. Moral of the story is, honesty is important even if it's uncomfortable. The story teaches us that people sometimes pretend to believe lies to avoid looking foolish, but the truth often comes from those who speak honestly and bravely no matter their age. It also reminds leaders to listen to the truth, even when it's not what they want to hear. True wisdom is having the courage to speak the truth, even when everyone else stays silent. Pride and vanity can blind us to reality, but honesty can reveal what others are afraid to see. It reminds us that following the crowd isn't always right, and that even the smallest voice can make the biggest difference.